Hello, welcome back again. And in this one, we're going to talk about Facebook ads ban because this is like I already alluded to in the last video and already hinted about this. This is one of the worst things, or in fact, practically the worst thing that can happen to you when you're running Facebook ads, right? Facebook ban. Like I said, you might be running a campaign, and this campaign is going swimmingly good, going very well, and then in the middle of it, you just get a message that sorry, your account has been restricted because of one reason or the other, for violating our policy or for doing this or for doing that, and it is very very painful. So I want to talk about it before you go into the ad account to start doing your thing, so that you have some of these things at the back of your mind, that okay, this can get me the ban, so I should not do it, or that can get me the ban, so I should avoid it, that kind of stuff. So let's talk about the why first. Why the Facebook ad ban happen? Everything that you can talk about why Facebook ads ban happen can be summarized into this. They care, sorry, that should be clear. They care more about their users than advertisers, which is you, right? So Facebook created this ecosystem, this platform where they want people to come together and connect, right? They always had the intention of monetizing that platform, which is where their ads come into play. But in the Facebook ecosystem, when you talk of the food chain, their users, the people who make that society, or sorry, that platform thrive, which are the users who create everyday content, sharing pictures with their families, sharing pictures with their friends, pictures of their cats, pictures of their pets, talking about something that they achieved in their life, how they just graduated from school. Those are the people that are the top of the food chain on the Facebook platform. They are the ones that keep the platform running, and so Facebook cares so much about them. And if advertisers do something that piss off these people, or that Facebook perceive pisses off these people, Facebook is not going to be happy about it. So they are trying to protect their users from irresponsible, in quotes, irresponsible advertisers. So Facebook will term you an irresponsible advertiser if you do certain things. They will qualify you as an irresponsible advertiser, and they'll kick you out of their platform. Basically, is what they're trying to do. So that's basically why Facebook bans happen. You can talk about, oh, it's because you did not adhere to their policies, it's because you did not do this. Everything can be summarized and boiled down to this, that they are trying to protect their users from irresponsible advertisers, irresponsible in the courts of Facebook laws, right? In the court of Facebook law, or in the court of law of Facebook, however you want to put it. I don't know if I'm correct, right? But uh, they're trying to protect their users. Basically, is what they're trying to do. So they look for patterns. They look for patterns that would make them know, in quote again, patterns that would help them know or pinpoint who are irresponsible advertisers. So it's just like profiling somebody, like the Nigerian police do now. They see you with dreadlocks and thick thick beards, and you're putting on half shoe, and they say this person is a fraudster, right? That's profiling. So Facebook has put its pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern that they see. That's why they think that people who are like this are likely irresponsible. So that's what Facebook has also done. They look for patterns, and we're going to look at some of the patterns that they look out for, so that you avoid these patterns. Okay. So here are some examples of patterns that Facebook can find that are suspicious to Facebook. So if you have several profiles under the same cookie or same IP, so if you have different Facebook accounts, different Facebook profiles that are under the same cookie or the same IP, because every uh every profile that you create is linked to an IP. So if they find that a profile is linked to the same several profile, rather, like a number of profiles, maybe two, three, four, five profiles are linked to the same cookie, or the same IP, that is suspicious. Once you create an ad with that, Facebook is likely going to slam that profile. Once you create an ad account with any of those profiles, Facebook is likely going to slam it, right? Because one thing that has happened is that there has been an abuse of the Facebook platform over the years. Like I was saying, in the earlier days, it was like an open air, free for all. The marketplace was like an open marketplace. Anybody could come in there and advertise anything. So over the years, people abused that privilege, and so Facebook became stricter with their policies. So that abuse that happened many years ago. These are some of the patterns that is spotted from some of the culprits, right? And so they became suspicious of activities like this, and that's why they slam accounts that are exhibiting these patterns. So I hope this is making sense. All right. So if you have several profiles under the same cookies or same IP, they will likely slam your account, your address. And that's why I told you that earlier on when we started when I started this training. I told you that this particular phone I'm recording on, this techno phone I'm recording on right now, I specifically bought when I wanted to start Facebook ads again last year, just for the purpose. This was the major purpose I bought this phone, just because I wanted to start from a fresh slate. Like I said, I had several accounts that got banned over and over again. Even after cleaning, like I'll buy a new Facebook account, and then I'll log in after cleaning my cookies, clearing my cache, changing IP address, and they'll still ban it. So I became suspicious that they have marked something in my system. I don't even know how. They marked something in both of my systems and then in my other phone. And I was skeptical about starting from scratch with any of those. So I wanted to clean a record, right? And that's why I bought this phone, to start again. So if they the point here is that if they notice that you have several accounts or several profiles that are linked to the same cookies or the same IP address, it becomes a problem. So how do you avoid these? You want to ensure that you do not have more than one Facebook profile logged into the phone or the system that you're going to be running your ad from. Never at any time log another profile into that same system that you're using to run Facebook ads, because it becomes suspicious. Okay, so that's something for you to note. Payment methods used on several business managers at the same time. Now, this is if you are running a dollar account. So we're not dollar account. We're not going to be talking about that because we're going to be running with a Naira account. Now, new profile that tries to create a business account immediately without warming up. So if you decide now that, okay, I'm going to create a new Facebook account, maybe because you don't have a Facebook account and you want to start running ads, and you go and create a Facebook profile today, or maybe you were banned before previously, and so you can no longer create an account, an ad account or a business manager with that profile. And so you decided that, okay, I'm going to open a new profile. You open a new profile, and then you just immediately go and start trying to create a business manager, because you want to start running ads. You're going to get slammed. So you need a number of weeks to warm up that account, to do what is called warming up. You post on that account like a regular Facebook user. You're going to post regularly on that account like a regular Facebook user. Pictures, post, interact with others, like pages, comments, reply to messages just like a normal Facebook user. That's what is called warming up the account. So it has to be for a number of weeks, at least 2-3 weeks before you can go ahead to create a business manager. If you don't do that, you are going to have that account flagged immediately. Okay, so that's also something for you to note. And then if your profile is connected on two devices in two different countries at the same time, that is also suspicious pattern. If you have two devices, if your an account that you have, or a profile that you have, a Facebook profile that you have, if it is connected on two devices in two different countries at the same time, that is a problem. And that's one of the reasons why I get scared of MTN, because MTN, one thing that MTN does is that MTN the IP address of MTN that MTN gives when you're browsing with it is not stacked. It's not static. I learned this thing when I was having issues with um logging into my Mailchimp, sorry, I said Mailchimp, Namecheap account, my hosting account. I was having issues. When I logged in, it would throw me out. When I log in, it would throw me out. And then it would tell me that my IP changed. And I'm like, why? So it was one day when I contacted their support desk. They told me that my internet service provider, which was MTN, that it was taking me, the IP address was not static. It was taking me from one place to the other, right? So if Facebook notices that you have something like that, your profile is showing in two different countries at the same time, they are going to consider that a suspicious behavior, and that profile is likely going to be slammed. So that's something that you should note as well. All right. So another one is trying to relaunch ads after getting an ad account banned without changing the domain name or changes that would make the algorithm detect you. So if you were running ads to like maybe um uh adebayo.com, maybe that's your name and that's your website address, adebayo.com, and Facebook bans an account that was linked or an ad that was running to that website, and then you decide that okay, I want to run ads again, and then instead of changing that domain name, you do not change it, that could also be considered suspicious activities. You immediately try to relaunch ads, the same ad, or if not even the same ads but similar ads, and then to that domain name. That could also get you the hammer, that could also get you banned. So that is also something that you should consider. So basically, if Facebook detects any suspicious patterns or behaviors on your account, you will get a ban, right? Sometimes you just need to appeal and you will get it back, but most of the time your asset will remain restricted. Sometimes, if you are very lucky, you can appeal to the Facebook support desk, and they would restore your account. Maybe they'll see that okay, maybe because of just leniency, they'll say okay, let's just give him one more try. Then they will, or maybe they saw that there was a mistake, right? They would reinstate your account. But most of the time, all your assets, if they have been banned, they will remain restricted. So you want to be very careful. So what are you going to do? Like I said, yeah, you're going to trade with as much caution as possible. If possible, only create business manager and add accounts from aged accounts. They are the best. When I mean aged accounts, I mean accounts that have been in existence for about 8, 9, 10 years. Let me just say 5 years and above, right? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years ago. Those are the best kind of accounts to create Facebook ads and Facebook Business Manager on, right? Facebook ad accounts and Business Manager on, because they have what is called uh, they have equity. Like sorry, they have a strong um, rating. I would say that's not the word to use, but the word to use is escaping me. But they have a strong rating or a strong history, I would say, with Facebook, right? And so they are very, when you create accounts with Facebook accounts with those um, the Facebook accounts and business manager, with those kind of accounts, they tend to be very strong, very strong. So a lot of people sell this kind of accounts. You go to different websites on the internet and you see people selling these aged Facebook accounts, and they can be quite pricey. Some rent out their own for $100 a month. They rent out theirs for $100 a month. So if I did not go and mess up that account, I created in 2008, my Facebook account since 2008 or 2009, I created that. If I didn't mess it up, I could actually rent it out to somebody for $100 a month, and they would gladly pay because they would be making more than that from that account. All right, or I'll be using it to run uh, awesome Facebook ads today because maybe the threshold would have increased by now. Okay, so they are the best. If you can get your hands on that, maybe you have a sister, a cousin, a close friend, your husband, your wife, your fiance, whoever who has an account that is aged, that has been created for many years ago, and they don't even really use it. You can tell them that if they would agree to give you access to that, then that would be the best one to create an account. I mean, your business manager and your ad account on. All right. So let's talk about the business manager now. uh, usually what we used to do all those many years ago again was that we would just, when you want to run ads, you go to facebook.com/ads manager /ads manager, right? facebook.com/ads manager. Did I get that correct? I think I did. That was how we usually run ads. It was very easy. You just go to facebook.com/ads/manager. But now, if you're going to run ads on Facebook, you need what is called a business manager. And then when we get, later when we get in the next video or in the next two videos, when we get into the practical side of things, you're going to see how these business managers work. So now you have to create that before you create ads on Facebook. So let's talk about this a bit. When you want to create your business manager, you want to use business managers that were created from agent profiles. The older the better, like I just said earlier on. It's not necessary. It doesn't mean that you cannot create business managers on accounts that are on profiles that are not aged, but it is the best. If you can do it, you do it. You want to wait for about 24 hours after joining or creating a business manager before running ads. Don't do one of the things that you will learn about Facebook is that you don't do things in a rush. Because if you start rushing on Facebook, so for example, if you go on Facebook right now and you want to start running ads, and you, for example, if you are using the dollar account and you want to start running ads and you immediately just go there and you start with $25, Facebook is going to slap the account immediately, right? Because they want you to start from, you have to do things slowly. You warm things up, so you can start with $10, $20. I'm sorry, $10, $5. You run those ads for 3 days, and then the next time you want to create, you might not push it up a bit from $10 to $20, right? From $20 to $25, $25 to $30, $30, $45, $50. And then when you have run ads for months, then that's where you can start maybe doing anything that you want to do. You can start running ads for $100 a day, 200 a day, then there'll be no problems at that time. Okay, so one of the major things that you want to take out of everything here is that you don't rush to do anything on Facebook. So if you create a business account or a business manager today, and then you just immediately go and start trying to run ads, you could be in problem. So you have to give it time. Just give it 24 hours, and then you come back after 24 hours to start. So the first campaign you should run on the first account that you create on Facebook should be a page like campaign. This is something I learned from Mr. Toyo Motoshop, and till date, even though I don't see people teaching this in most Facebook ad courses I bought recently, even though I don't see people teaching this, I still adhere to it. I still do it. So the first campaign, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you some of my examples. The first campaign that you want to create on any ad account that you create should be a page like campaign. Let me tell you why. Let me give you one of the reasons why. One of the first reason why is because it's going to get approved. Facebook is going to get it approved. Like campaigns have a 99% chance of getting approved. So what that means is that once your first ad that you are trying to create gets approved, your account starts to build up what is called good credits, right? Because you got a pass mark immediately, your account starts to build good credit. So if that accounts, but for example, if you try to create like a conversion ad and you want to try to make sales immediately, you go and create a conversion ad and then you did something that is wrong and then they ban the account. The chances of them closing that account forever, like just after banning the ad or rejecting the ad, then they ban the account, is very high. Right, so you want to start with a page like campaign, and like I said, I'm going to show you how to do that, and it can be as low, just get it approved, and it can be as low, you can spend as low as $5. So what I do for my Nigerian Facebook account is I start it with 1,000 naira. That's just it, 1,000 naira a day. I let it run for about 5, 6, 7 days, sometimes even 10, 20 days. Just let it run, right? So that account will just be building up some good credit. Sorry, that campaign will just be building up some good credit for your Facebook account. Okay, so you want to let it spend $5. Now that one is for if you are using a dollar account. Ideally, you want to have your business manager verified, but it is not mandatory. I don't know if this still holds true, but the last business manager I bought, it was already verified. I bought it from somebody. I did not create it myself. I bought it from somebody. The one, okay, I bought about 5 different ones from this guy, and it was already verified. All of them were already verified. So especially the one on this phone right now, the first one, they are all verified. So That I bought it for 10,000 naira. Let me even check. Let me see. The old problem I have with the girl that I was telling him about. I reached out to him recently and was talking to him about something, and he did not respond. And so I was like, well, this is not really good customer service. So maybe, but if you want to check him out, you can check him out. It's on Telegram. So if you want to buy Facebook ad for me, Facebook ad account for me, you can buy from him here. Right, this is me. I'm going to block some of these things because some of my details are showing, like my password and everything is showing here. So I'm going to blur it. I'm going to blur it. So this is the guy here. His name is Praise Akokomo. So you might look for him on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, and ask him that you want to buy a Facebook account that is already verified. I think that's the best one, the best way to do it. So the ones I bought from him recently were all verified. So if you can have a business manager that is verified, it is cool, but it is not mandatory. Like I said, I don't know if that still holds true. All right, so let's talk about pages. Another thing that is important for you when you're running ads is Facebook pages. You're going to have a Facebook page, to represent your business, a Facebook page that represents your business. Okay, so Meta, which is Facebook's new name, has become more strict with page restrictions as well. Every part of running ads, Facebook just became stricter with it progressively over the years. All right. So brand new pages have a higher chance of getting banned when you start running ads on them. Even if you are completely clean and white hot, even if your ad is in a niche that Facebook does not consider a gray area, right? Even if you are running ads that, are clean and white out, totally white out, uh, it could become a problem for you if your page is new. I'm not saying that it is compulsorily going to be a problem. There are some things that you can do, which is one of the things is to run a like campaign to the page to get some engagement before you start running ads. But if you can, you should look for accounts that have been created long ago, and maybe you buy them, or maybe you already have them that you created many years ago in just created in your profile. You already have them, so you can go and change the name and then give yourself, maybe if you're using a new profile now to run ads, you can still give yourself access to that page. Okay, so yes, different ways to tackle page bans. Use an agent page, like I was just saying. If you can, the older the better. Again, we all have pages that we created a while back. Maybe you have pages that you created before. Use them and change the name, or otherwise there are people who can also sell these pages to you. So you look for them. Use reinstated pages, pages that got restricted for ID verification and then successfully confirmed it. If they're aged, it makes them even more solid. Now, if you cannot go for any of these things, all you want to do, if you're going to do number one and number two above, you have to do A, B, C, A. But I don't think many of you are going to be doing this. So uh, okay, one thing that you want to do, whether you're creating a new page or not, one thing that you want to do before you start running ads, try to post daily on that page. Post daily on the page, just stuff about the niche that you're going to be uh um that you're going to be talking about, like the products you're going to be selling, the niche that you're in. Talk about some stuff. Just post some stuff about that every single day before you start running ad. And even after you start running ad, post daily to make Facebook know that this page is not just for the purpose of running ads. Although I've been defaulting in this because it's very difficult to manage 5 different ads accounts, and then there are pages that we are trying to post on every day, right? It's difficult to manage. But if you are starting from a low base, like you're starting from scratch, just one Facebook page, this should be easy to do for you. Okay, so post 1 to 3 times a day for at least 1 week before launching ads. Do not scrape content. Please do not scrape content. In fact, do not use ChatGPT for this because it might be considered plagiarism. But if you use ChatGPT, make sure that you edit it to fit your voice before you post those things. Those posts do not have to be very long, just something short. Maybe one tip for this, one tip for that, one thing to avoid on this, 5 reasons why this happens to people in this niche, 5 reasons why Nigerian uh, Nigerian Nigerian marriages are crashing, something like that. If you are in that niche, if you're in the parenting, I mean the marriage niche. Okay, so you just want to look for content. Do not scrape content, and put out something that is unique out there. That's also one of the That's also one of the things that's PLR product I was talking about. That my PLR product I was talking about. That's also one of the things that it can help you with, because in that PLR package we have 15,000 PLR articles as one of the bonuses. And I told you the other day that you can get it for 15% off. For 50% off, instead of 5,000 naira, you can get it for 2,500 naira. So if you're interested in getting it, you just contact me. One of the bonuses inside that giant PLR keys is 15,000 PLR articles. So you just look for your topic, collect the articles from there, and then you can start posting those articles on your Facebook page as well. All right. So you want to post, then the longer you wait and post content before you start to launch ads, the better. Again, I told you everything is poco a poco with Facebook. You want to go slowly. You don't want to rush things. Then you want to warm up the page with a page like campaign. That's the second way to build trust, is to get consistent engagement on the page. So before you start to run any other kind of ads with that new page, you want to make sure that you run some page like campaign, which is something I'm going to show you, like I said again, in the practical aspect. I'm going to show you how to do that. You run a page like campaign before you start. Okay, so before running any conversion ads on a new page, run a page like campaign. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Keep that page like campaign running at all times. Now, this is not necessary because I don't really do it, but this is a tip I got from somebody. He said keep it running at all times, right? It doesn't really have to be all times. Sometimes you can leave it for just 2 weeks and then you cut it off, because that page like campaign is not necessarily bringing money to your account. So you're just taking money from you because it's just a page like campaign. You're just inviting people to like your campaign, sorry, to like your page and follow your page, but they are not paying you money for that. So it's a campaign that's taken from you and not necessarily giving you back. So you don't have to run it for 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 you don't have to run it at all time, basically. Okay, so run conversion ads, we'll talk about that again. So if you have used Facebook, if you have a Facebook profile on your phone now and you have run ads with it before and you got banned, what do you do? So let's talk about that quickly and how to actually set up. Let's talk about that quickly. First, you need to get profiles. You need to buy profile, right? You need to buy profile from your family, or buy profiles from people who sell, like this guy I was telling you about. You have to first do that. You have to get a new profile, because that profile has already been banned. You can no longer run ads with that profile, so you have to shelve that profile and get a new one. And if you can, then you might want to do what I just did. Buy a new phone. It doesn't have to be something expensive, just something that is affordable, right? Something that is that has the capacity to run Facebook ads. And when you're running Facebook ads, you don't even really need that much. You don't need your phone to be that very powerful. So something that is very affordable, right? So you can just do that and then you start from scratch and you don't have anything to fear. But if you cannot do that, once you buy the profiles, you need an anti-detect browser. You need an anti-detect browser. So when you buy, if you go to this guy I was telling you about, that Praise Akokomo, if you buy a Facebook profile from him, it's going to tell you how to ensure that if you have logged in before on any other Facebook profile, is going to give you some instructions on how to ensure that you don't get detected again by Facebook, that this person had a profile logged in on this phone before. I don't know if that's making sense. So it's going to show you some ways to do it. But one thing that you want to do is you want to get an anti-detect browser. Anti-detect browser will allow you have a unique virtual machine. So some of them could include multi-login, Go Login, Dolphin Anti, or eCognition. I think these two are free for 10 profiles. You can create 10 free profiles on this one, on these two. So you have to use one of these browsers to uh, to to re-log into your Facebook account if you are starting again and you have already logged into a Facebook profile on that phone before. So you have to take cognizance of that. And these anti-detect browsers will not work on their own. You also have to buy a solid residential proxy. You have to buy solid residential proxy. So that could be something that hinders a lot of people, something that inhibits a lot of people, because I think these things are kind of expensive, relatively expensive, right? So if you have not started, don't use VPN. Don't use VPN. Don't use VPN. VPNs are prone, and they have what I would call, they're not fully secured. They're not fully secured. Facebook might still be able to track you, and it will just become a waste of time. So do not use VPNs. Use those things I have talked about there. So lastly, you want to familiarize yourself with Facebook policies. You want to familiarize yourself with Facebook policy. This particular post from this person has a detailed insights into Facebook different policies. He breaks it down and then they explain it in depth for you. So you want to familiarize yourself with those policies so that you don't break those policies. But let me explain some of the most common ones to you. Prohibited content. There's something called prohibited content on Facebook. So Facebook prohibits ads that contain certain content deemed inappropriate or harmful, such as illegal products, discriminatory practices, or misleading claims. For example, ads that are promoting illegal drugs or discriminatory hiring practices will violate this policy. So, so if you had illegal products like contraband goods in Nigeria, and then you're trying to promote it on Facebook, that could be a problem for you because they are or illegal drugs. Illegal drugs. You want to go and promote illegal drugs on Facebook, it could become a problem. That's why people don't promote CBD products on Facebook. CBD product, weeds, and this all that stuff. People cannot promote that on Facebook. Immediately you try to run ads on these, Facebook will slap that account immediately. So you want to take note of that. You want to look for the things that are prohibited, and then you stay clear of them. You stay clear of them. Community standards, and then I'm going to put this file below this video. You have to read all through these things because this video is getting long. I don't want you to give me a repeat of what happened the other time. So you can read through all of this and see. So when we get into creating the ads, I'm going to make mention of some of these policies again. When we talk about writing copy, when we talk about the niche itself, I'm going to make mention of some of this policy, and then it will make more sense to you. Now it's just to get you an understanding of these policies, just to give you, just to bring them to your awareness. So when it comes to the practical aspect, all of these things will now make more sense to you. It will now be more clear to you why we are doing what we do. So when we're talking about the tactics and the techniques, it now becomes more clear to you. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you have enjoyed this one. And more importantly, I hope that you take these things into consideration because they are very important if you want to keep your accounts running for a long time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.